everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and today is going to be part one of the pockets and tucks from book pages. I was going to say bird. Why was I going to say bird? Oh well, book pages. I apologize for the delay. That whole video thing, I had forgotten when I said I would do a longer video for a premiere that my phone and my computer will not talk if the video is over about 25 or 30 minutes. So, I'm going to break it down into two parts. Today I'm going to start with the ones that I learned from Melina Pliant. She's the daughter of Miss E on Scrapbooking with Me, and she has her own channel. Amazing, fun lady to watch. So I'm going to start with hers. Some of hers are pretty simple, and she started with an incredibly simple one. Now keep in mind that because I had already done these and glued them once, and I really don't need 30 or 60 of these, 20 is going to be plenty for a 2-signature journal. Excuse me. So this one is really simple, and I'm just going to demonstrate with a page. I just had a whole stack of book pages. Where did I lay them? I had them right here, handy. Oh, how about under the trimmer? Okay, with this one, I just trimmed off the borders on the page, cut it down to about where I wanted, and then you want to turn your paper upside down for this. If you do this, let's see. Nope. Right side up. Nope, right side up. There we go. I'm trying to get this paper figured out. If you do this, now, if you do this and these words are going to be upside down, and you probably don't want to do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to figure out about how far up your page you want to go. And then you're going to chop this one off. And I can do that because I can always use the scrap for something else, right? So this is going to be number one from Melina's, and I'm going to try and get through as many of Melina's as I can. So you're going to cut that off. Then you're going to come back and you're going to, the piece that's going to be the bottom of your pocket, go ahead and notch it. Distress everything before you glue it into place. Glue that on your two sides and your bottom, and you have a pocket. That simple. Okay, so there's that one. That was the first one from Melina. Now, I didn't mind doing this the first time around where I made all my samples and then I went back and showed you how to do them because it gave me 2 of everything and I have 2 signatures, so I was okay with that. So I'm going to toss these over here, ready for me to use. Now I have number 2. This one was using a piece of vellum or packaging because this allows you to have something that is viewable inside your pocket. So it gives you a window. And this one, and I did glue this one, I cut it to the width that I wanted, then I folded the bottom up, folded the sides in. Then I cut a piece of the packaging, piece of vellum, whatever, to fit within the parameters of that fold. Glued it at the bottom, and then I used my Cosmic Shimmer to glue anywhere that the paper was going to come in contact with that slick surface. I used the Cosmic Shimmer that I purchased from Spectrum Art Creations. Absolute best glue that you can use when you're drawing to slick surfaces. So that was that one. Another super thing, and another thing to think about, if you want to stitch any of these, stitch them before you glue them. Okay? Keep that in mind. If you're somebody who likes to stitch all of your pieces, do that before you glue them. Now this one was inspired by Melina, and what I did was I figured out how big or how wide this needed to be to fit into my page journal. And my journal pages need to be no bigger than 5 by 7 because I will glue this to a page in the journal. Okay? So cut you a mat or a base paper, the size that you want to cover your page in your journal. Then you're going to cut one piece that is going to be the full length. Okay? And glue it flat. That becomes your base. Now, if you want to just use this as your base, you can but you'll get more sturdiness for getting stuff in and out of your pockets if you do a solid base page on top of your bottom base, okay? And then these I cut, I want to say I cut these 2 inches. I'm trying to look, see where my, yeah, I cut them all, I think, 3 inches. So the width of my base plus 3 inches. And this is going to change how many pockets you put down based on how big your page is. But for mine, this worked out perfectly. I got to use 5 of the 6 colors, and I just cut them 3 inches by the width, give them a notch, distress them with my colors, and then I glued one down on the 2 sides and the bottom. So this means this is all the deeper that pocket goes. Did the same thing with the next one, gave it a little bit of a drop, 2 sides and the bottom, and that's all the deeper my pocket goes. And I did the same thing all the way down, and when I got down to this one, I just cut this page to make sure that it would cover all the way to the bottom of my colored mat. Notch them, distress them. You can stitch them before you glue them down into your journal. Works just fine. So that one, you've got 5 pockets to work with on one page. So if you have a lot of small ephemera and you need a place to put it, that's a great one to use. Now, this is another simple one. This is what Melina called the tuxedo. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this one as well, because I can always use, wait a minute, I think I have some pieces back here to show. Might have some pieces. And maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut this one. For the tuxedo, you need 2 pieces of your book pages. You need 2 book pages for this one, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do this one. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut however deep you want your pocket. Figure out, I don't use this one often, so I'm going to figure out, that doesn't seem right. There we go. This is my husband's trimmer, and I hardly ever use it. It's the one that goes in my to-go bag if I'm going to craft, like putting stuff in my planners when I'm at the coffee shop. But you will need 2 pieces. Figure out how deep you want your pocket to be. I think this one was about 3 inches. I'm going to do it like 3.5. Just to make sure. I'm going to trim off this edge first and smooth it up. And get rid of that. Now on the other ones, I trimmed a lot of my pages off, my edges, the borders off, because I'm going to show you what I use these for. And then I'm going to cut this one about, let's cut this one 4 inches. Okay. Now, that's my base. This is the part that I notched, okay? Then we're going to take this one, and it needs to be about 4 inches. I think I'm going to do it 3. I think that's what it is. It's almost 4. Close enough. Close enough. So let's take this one down to 3.5, I think, is what that was. Basically, you want to cut your first page in half, okay? So then you're going to take this one, and you're going to turn it to where the top left of your page is your first point. And you're going to cut, and you can do this with scissors just as well. You're going to cut on the diagonal. And if you're using a trimmer and you're trying to start and go all the way into that point, start in the middle, go up, and then come back. Okay? And then this one is going to go here. Now, if you wanted to put this one on this side, look what happens to your lettering. This is why you want to do 2 separate sheets. So you get that so that your wording is all going the same direction. Okay? And then we're going to cut this one at, I think it was 3.5. Now this one, the first one, if it's going on your right hand side, you start at your top right. If it's going on your left, you start at your top left. So you want to start over here and cut from your top left down to the opposing corner, like that. And that lets your words all be going the same direction on everything. Okay? Got that covered? Okay, now I'm going to toss these over here into my scrap basket. And then all you're going to do is you're going to glue here and here to glue that one down. And then you'll do the same thing here and across the bottom, side and bottom, on both of them. And then you have a what Melina called a tuxedo pocket. Okay, so there's that one. And that becomes part of my scraps again. Okay. So that is the tuxedo pocket. And if you're watching these, I will have these listed along with the number that she used in her video, so you can do a quick reference check. Okay, next we have this one. Jessica did this one from Paper Terrace, did this one as well, and it's super, super easy. Book page. Let's do a different, well, we use up all the blue here. Let me go ahead and trim my edges off. And you know, a lot of these are super simple to make. You could just spend some time doing book pages, plain pockets, and then come back and embellish them later. These are a great mass make. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to go ahead and take this bottom off because I don't need all this height. So for this one, all you're going to do is turn it around. Okay, so when you fold this up, your words are going the right direction. They're right side up, because then you're going to fold this down, and that's going to become your flap. So you've made an envelope pocket. Taking glue here and here, so this folds up, so you're just gluing it on the sides. You can trim this off before you put it down. You can do a notch here. I suggest doing the notch before you do any gluing, and there you go. Same thing with your stitching. You could stitch this all the way around before you lay that down, okay? And here's the one that I did. I trimmed the corners off and gave them diagonal, gave myself a thumb, and this is another easy book page pocket for your journal. And this was Melina's number 6. Okay, how are we doing on time? 12 minutes. We are halfway there, folks, and I might not get through all of Melina's, okay? This was her number 7. It's a belly band. It's a belly band. But here's the thing. If you want your belly band to be sturdy, and I'm not even going to worry about trimming up this edge. You could cut just one piece of this and use it as your belly band, but it's really flimsy. Sturdy it up by just folding this in. Just like that. Glue that down. Fold this one in. And it doesn't have to match. It doesn't have to match because the only part you're going to see is this. But notice the difference between how flimsy this paper is and how not flimsy this one is. This gives you a better base for your belly band. And that's all you're going to do. And you can do the same concept if you want to turn it long ways. If you want it to go across the width of your page, do the same thing. Fold it and fold it so it's 3 thicknesses of your book page. And then you've got a belly band that will go widthwise on your page. So that's a super easy one. A lot of times it's all in a simple fold, but we just don't think about them because they're so simple. And that was her number 7. It's called a double fold over tuck. Her number 9 is a wraparound pocket. And I tell you, you're gonna crack with this one. It is so super simple. Let me get an actual book here. Okay. This one is simply all in how you fold the paper, because all you're going to do, let me flip this way. All you're going to do is fold it over your page that way. Glue it here, glue it here. If you want to just leave this as a tuck, or you can glue this down too on both sides, and now you have a pocket here. If you only glue on the ends, then you've got a tuck here. And the same over here. And if you want to do a super narrow ticket or super narrow item, here's a small piece of cardstock. You could even glue this to where you go in the fold and do something coming out there. It's that simple. And here's all you do. Here's all you do. With her wraparound pocket, you're going to take your book page, turn it upside down again because you want that wording going the right direction. Now this one, I'm going to fold this one so you can see. Let's do this one. I've trimmed the edges off. Turn it upside down because you want your wording going the right direction. Nope, take that back. Go this way. Book page right side up. sorry. Then you're going to fold it about 2/3 of the way up. Now watch this. Then you're going to fold this down. Back down to match your seam. Now you have your words all going the right direction, and you have, when you wrap it around the book, you have 2 pockets. All in how you fold it. And the direction in which you lay your paper. Okay, so that was the wraparound pocket. That was number 9. Number 10, all she did was take book page and cover a tag. That was it. Now, I did not do this one, so let me go ahead and do this one really quick. Because, as it stands, I only have 1 pocket. Or 1 tag. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one. And this, again, is one of those, you could glue it, and you could just glue it into the center and then take it to your machine, and stitch it, and you'd be fine. So I'm going to, I use my butter boxes because they're white on the back side, so they're perfect for journaling. Okay. Line it up with your book as best you can with your book lines. Cut it off. And that is not really straight. Let's see if we can straighten that up a little bit. Okay. And see, I messed with glue, so now everything's going to stick to me. And then I'm going to come back here. I have a whole box of paper scraps and ephemera stuff over here. And Saturday, for Sack Saturday, I have a new Spectrum Art Creations haul that I'm anxious to get into. Okay. Book pages to line a tag. Use it to cover up an ugly piece of board, cardstock, packaging, and then flip it over and you have your white back ready to go. So that was her number 10. Book pages for tags. Okay. Then we have her number 16. Oh, this was the belly band. What was that other one? Oh, that's what this one was. That's what this one was. Okay. I showed you the belly band. Ignore that. This was the belly band. Now I'm going to show you the belly. This was the double tuck fold. This is the belly band. Showed you that one. Now I will show you what number 7 was supposed to be. Double fold over tuck. Again, doesn't get any simpler as long as you get them straight. There it is. This, you simply fold your book page in half. And slide it over your book page. Just like that. Over your journal page. Glue it here, then you've got a tuck spot here and on the other side. 2 tuck spots, 1 piece of paper. That was her number 7, her double fold over tuck. You know, if I'd read my tags, I'd, be able to keep them straight. We got up to 78 degrees today here in the Ozarks, and I'm starting to feel it in here in the office. Okay, this is Melina's last one that I did, number 18. And this one was basically the same as the double tuck, but here's this one. She folded it over in half, just like if she was going to do the double tuck. Okay, just as if she's going to do the double tuck. But then, she came in about, maybe 1/3 of the way up, and she cut from the outside edge just into that center fold. Okay? And then, she left one open. Ow, and I cut it the wrong way. Let me do that again. Folded it in half. Okay. And then she cut from the, figure out about how far you want to come up. I'm going to say maybe 2 inches, so I'm going to lay that right there so I know my stopping point. Cut from the bottom, not the side. Up only to that point, just like that. Okay? Then you fold that up. So now, when you fold it around your book, you have a pocket here. You still have the tuck here if you glue down your top and bottom, and then you flip it over and you still have your tuck here. Now you could take that another step forward, and we already saw that where we cut it up this way. You can fold both of them. To do this, glue them here and here, here and here on either side of that cut. Then when you put it in your book, you have a tuck here, a tuck here, and when you turn the page, you have a tuck here and you have a tuck here. Okay, so that was her, where did I lose my places here? That was her number 18. That was her double fold over tuck. And those were all the ones I have from Melina, and I don't know where my paper clip went. It's on this table somewhere. Okay, I got one more I'm going to show you, and then we're done for this one. And part 2, I'll do the ones from Kara Brandon, the one from, I've got a couple of them here. Oh, Pam at the Paper Outpost, Crafty Goose, and Kathy's Garden. But this is another one that Melina showed that I thought was really cool. Now remember, as I've been trimming everything off, I have this box of trimmed edges. Okay? So what I did was I cut a piece of cardstock, and actually I used another one of my Velveeta boxes, cut it 2.5 by 3.5, or 2 by 3, 2.5 by 3.5. The size of a journaling card. Yeah, 2 by 3. Cut you a piece of cardstock 2 by 3. Layer it with glue. And if you want to use your white glue, that's fine. But I'll tell you what, this silicone brush is amazing because you don't get the ridges when you squiggle your glue down. You don't get the ridges. If you get enough glue on there, then spread it down evenly. Then go back and take those strips and just start laying them over. Just start laying them over your piece of cardstock, just like this. Layer them over to cover the tip. Bring the next one in. Take an orange, take the shorter one here. Butt it right up against that edge. Do the same thing. Run the next one up and butt it up against that edge. The point is you want to make sure that you get all the way off the ends. Okay? Lay that one up, and you're going to repeat that process all the way down. Give it a couple of minutes to dry, then flip it over and cut all your edges off. And you have a really cool journaling card that took, you know, oh, I had another one on there. That's why it was squared off. So this would be the journaling card. Lay them on there on a diagonal. I came back in and I rounded my corners, and I'll probably go back and distress the edges. And then I have journaling cards. And this was Melina's number 11, inspired by taking your book pages and collaging on a piece of cardstock or packaging or whatever to make your own journaling cards. And I love this idea. So that's it. We have several there from Melina. We got through all of Melina's today. Thursday, I'm going to come back in and do the rest of these. And if you want to play along, find you a piece of cardboard and cut you a 6-inch circle, because that one's one you're going to need a pattern for. I cut mine from a piece of really heavy chipboard, so I have a permanent 6-inch circle pattern. You're going to want that. Okay, and I will see you back here on Thursday for more book page pocket ideas. In the meantime, remember to like, to share, subscribe, and I'll see you Thursday. Creative blessings.